everyone, welcome back to another episode of CGarnerSpeed252. I want to thank you for pushing that play button. I want to thank you for tuning in today. I want to thank you first of all for being part of the channel. If you have subscribed to the channel already, I greatly appreciate that. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do. I would love to have you part of the family. Legit, you will be part of an awesome family. The followers of the channel has been great. Just conversing back on emails and comments and things like that has been freaking awesome. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers who get big and don't like or conversate with the followers of the channel, because you all are the reason why I do this. And I hate those big channels that get really big and act like they're better than everyone else and don't like speaking to their followers or don't like responding to emails. That's just not really fun. And I realize that some of those guys do it for a job, but I do this for fun because I enjoy doing it and I enjoy meeting each and every one of you. Even if you don't have the time to respond to a lot of emails, find the time to respond to them throughout the day, so that way when you see all the emails, it won't be that many. But a lot of big YouTubers don't do that. They just do it to make money. Anyways, if you have not subscribed to the channel, once again, please do. Today's video is about 3 modifications that I think that help me change the way I look at C7 Corvettes. I think C7 Corvettes are awesome and phenomenal cars, which is why I own one. I have the Chevy Corvette Grand Sport, which has 460 horsepower. And there's lots of things I can say about this car that I think is great, from the back bumper to the front bumper. But I want to talk about 3 modifications that I have done recently to this car that I love a lot. Now, these 3 modifications that I did to my car did not void any warranties, because as you all know, I'm a warranty guy. For you all that don't know, I'm a warranty guy. I don't like voiding my warranties, because anything that is man-made is always bound to break down at some point. And I want to make sure I keep my warranty as long as possible, so that things get fixed along the way, just in case anything happens. Now, I had things happen to my C7 Corvette that I had to take in for warranty repairs. That didn't really bother me at all. Like, it wasn't anything that was like, oh crap, I need to get rid of my car. None of that type stuff. I love my C7 Corvette. There's great things I can say about it all day long. I think Chevy did a phenomenal job with the C7 Corvettes, and there's some people that just don't like this car. But once again, everybody in the world will not agree on the same thing. It just will never ever happen, right? Never ever happen. But anyways, 3 modifications that I did to my C7 Corvette that is freaking great. The first one I'm going to talk about that I love a lot is my Corsa exhaust. I think my Corsa exhaust, sounds really great. And a lot of people's like, well, do you think would you go back to the factory? Absolutely not. I would not put my factory exhaust back on my Corvette Grand Sport. And the reason why I say this is because the Corsa exhaust to me sounds better. Now, does the factory sound bad? Absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with the factory. I enjoyed the factory exhaust because that's all I knew when I first bought the car. But a lot of people was like, well, how were you able to distinguish the difference between the factory and the Corsa exhaust without having the Corsa exhaust in your car? Great question. So there's a friend of mine, Dr. Brian, who lives out in Pennsylvania. Super awesome guy, super humble. He's just a phenomenal guy. He had the same Grand Sport as me, except different wheels. And he pulls up and says, I was explaining to him like, hey, I'm considering doing a Corsa exhaust. What do you think? He said, well, I have them on my car. You want to take it for a spin drive and see exactly how it feels and how it sounds? Absolutely. So we take his car for a drive. And when I punched it, it sounded great. Like, I'm talking about like, whoa. With the Corsa exhaust, you can hear all the snap, crackle, and pop. You can hear how loud it sounds. It sounds really aggressive, really throaty, and I just appreciate the way it sounded, honestly. And a lot of people's like, well, did you pay extra money for a sound? Absolutely not, because the Corsa exhaust looks really great in the back, and it sounds phenomenal. And my passion is about cars. I don't really have any passion regarding, like, I'm not a guy that buys clothes or buys shoes or what the case may be. My passion is just cars. I can drive a Corvette, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a McLaren, and hop out with some sweatpants on, some tennis shoes, and a t-shirt, and still be just fine. So the Corsa exhaust is something that I definitely greatly appreciate. And if you all would love to have that, added to your car, you should definitely do it. That's one thing I recommend that you add to your car. Now, one thing I will say, if you get your catalytic converter, if you do catalytic converter back, you're fine. If you get anything more than that, you probably will avoid your warranty. So make sure you ask whoever's installing it to install it properly, because you could possibly avoid your warranty if you don't do it correctly and get it from the catalytic converter back. Also, the number 2 thing that I did to my car, which I wouldn't say is a modification, but it's definitely something I greatly appreciate, and some of you probably will too, because I heard some of you all have did this to your car as well, is change out the brake pads. Now, the brake pads aren't a modification, but this is why it makes a difference for me. With the C7 Corvettes, when you first buy them, it comes with bimbo brake pads. They're fine, they're okay. I wouldn't say they're okay, they're great as far as when you're going to the track, stopping power and all that good stuff. You're great with the bimbo brake pads. But if you're a guy that buys a Corvette to cruise around with town, cruise out with your wife, your girlfriend, and whatever the case may be, and you wash your car down, you spend 2 or 3 hours washing your car down, and you drive 10 minutes down the street and your wheels feel like you never even clean them at all, then that's the problem. That's the problem I have with bimbo brake pads. I take really good care of my car. I'm not your original Corvette owner. I'm the guy that will drive it, you know, throughout the week if I can, and I will track it anytime I get an opportunity to, and I will drive it hard anytime I get an opportunity to, and that's just me. And so I ordered Hawkstrom and brake pads, which a fellow YouTuber reached out to me and said that's what he put on his car. And everything that I'm talking about right now is down in the description below. You just literally click on that link and it's send you directly to through Amazon. If you purchase it, it will help out the channel a little bit, but it doesn't cost you a thing extra to order through Amazon whatsoever. Everything is down there, whether my contact information, what the case would be, is all down in the description below. So yes, the brake pads I have put on my car are freaking great, freaking phenomenal, and I wouldn't change them for the world. I have my brimbo brake pads still at home, and I have my factory exhaust at home as well, which I need to either sell or get rid of because I no longer need those. So I am not going back to factory exhaust. I do think that if you ever decide to modify your car and take off a factory part, you should keep it for at least, you know, 2 to 3 months, just in case you ever decide to switch back to that part because you don't like the new part you added. That's just my tip to you. Because there was at one point that I just want to make sure that if I didn't like whatever I added, I want to make sure I put the factory back on. Anyways, so with the brake pads, like I said before, the Hawkstrom and brake pads I have taken to the track. I have some people that say you shouldn't take those to the track, they're going to melt, blah blah blah. I didn't have that issue at all. Now once again, I'm not someone that tracks my car once a month, but I do try to track my car every opportunity I get. I'm not a professional driver, so it's possible that if I was a professional driver, maybe the Hawkstrom and brake pads doesn't work, but I'm pretty sure 95% of Corvette owners aren't professional drivers. So Hawkstrom and brake pads is the way you want to go. Now some of you have some other recommendations of brake pads, and if you do, leave those down in the description below because some people would like to know about those as well. Another thing that I want to talk about, my third modification to the car that I genuinely felt like really did it in for me, because I actually like this modification a lot. I think it changed the way my car actually sound, and I think it changed the way it feel, and I think it actually changed, you know, some of the horsepower numbers. I think it actually increased the horsepower by a little bit. And the third one is the cold air intake. Now a lot of people's like, oh, you don't want to add a cold air intake because it voids your warranty. That is absolutely not the case. The cold air intake will not void your warranty whatsoever, and it's easily installed. I actually made a video about it, and the one I bought was the AFE cold air intake. It works freaking great, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I would not take my cold air intake out of my car to put the factory one back in. If you take a look at the factory one and the aftermarket one and put them beside each other, there's a difference in size. Like the factory one is probably like this long, and the aftermarket one is like that long. And when you punch it, you can actually hear how much air it sucks in through the cold air intake. It's a different sound, it's a different feeling, I promise you. A lot of people say when you add a cold air intake, you know, in the Stingray and Grand Sports, it doesn't really make a difference. It absolutely makes a difference. I'm one of the honest guys on YouTube that will tell you right now, if you add a cold air intake to your Stingray or to your Grand Sport or to your Z06, you will hear a difference, and it will make a difference in the horsepower and the sound of that car. You know me, I'm gonna keep it real at all times. I'm gonna tell you whether I don't like something, whether I love something, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna tell you. That cold air intake worked great for me. If it didn't work great for me, I would have shipped it back a long time ago and would have took it out of the car. Very easy to install. I'm not a mechanic, so if you're looking for a cold air intake, you should definitely look at the AFE because it works wonders. I'm telling you that right now. Once again, it doesn't void your warranty. It's one of the best things that I added to this car. And to be talking about the cold air intake and of course the exhaust in the same video, those are two things that kind of go inside it. They're kind of correlated with each other. You know, because the cold air intake helped the exhaust sounds a lot better than it did when I had the factory exhaust. You know, I had the opportunity to hear the exhaust with just the factory filter, and once I took off the factory filter, I actually sounded better with the aftermarket filter. Cold air intake pretty much. And so a lot of people say you really don't get the full experience with the exhaust and the cold air intake until you get a tune. Now I will admit, and I'm sure some of you already know, that if you get a tune, you will void your warranty. That's without a doubt. If you get a tune in your car, you can avoid your warranty. They say like you can tune your car and detune it if you have any issues and you take it back to the dealership. I didn't want to take that chance. I'm not really big on, you know, if like I said before, I love my warranty. I'm not really big on tuning something, retuning something, tuning something, retuning something. I don't want to go through that process and take the chance of messing something up, because these cars are very computerized, and the last thing you want to do is tune something, retune it, tune something, retune it, confuse the computer, and the dealership at some point will better figure out whether or not you touched that car. Now, they have a bunch of tools to tell them whether or not you actually touched your car. So if you like me and love your warranty, I wouldn't suggest tuning your car. This car sounds really great right now with the Corsair exhaust and without having to tune it with the Kohler intake. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say later on down the road, I'm not going to tune it, because once you get closer to my warranty, then I'm going to tune it. Do I think tuning your car will break your car down? Absolutely not. Do I think you tune your car will cause you issues? Probably not, as long as you get it done by the right people. But at the end of the day, I love each and every one of those mods. Those are 3 awesome mods that I love about my car, which is the Corsair exhaust, the brake pads, and the Kohler intake. Like, watch this. And you can't tell me that car did not sound good. And it just took off. Like, it just, you hear the air sucking in, you hear the exhaust, and it just goes. Now, you see that little white Nissan Versa back there? Probably don't, because I don't even see it at this point. It just sounds really great. So those are the 3 best mods that I think is awesome for that car. All that information is down in the description down below. If you guys would love to get in contact with me, all this information will be at the end of the video. If you would like to send me things that we put on the channel, feel free to send it to me. All my information will be at the end of this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, you definitely want to be a part of this channel, because I'm looking forward to meeting you all and just, you know, seeing you all in the about. Also, Corvette and Carlisle is in August. Now, I'm saying this in advance. I love Corvette and Carlisle. If you're a new Corvette owner, if you're not even a Corvette owner, but you're a fan of Corvettes, Corvette and Carlisle is a place you want to go, a place you want to be. I will definitely be there this August. So if you're watching this video, put Corvette and Carlisle on your calendar. I'm telling you this right now. You get all the information you want about Corvettes out there. You can get the exhaust from the boiler to all the different intakes you would like out there as well. Corvette and Carlisle is the place you want to be. Without further ado, I will see you all Wednesday before 4 p.m. Thank you for pushing that play button. Once again, if you have not subscribed, please do. CGarnerSpeed252. What is out?